Starting the morning off right. A little bit of heat. Yesterday, framed up, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 more floor joists on the porch. I guess winter's here. It's like 25 degrees this morning. Holy cow. So I'm about to start milling some boards off of this thing. See how many I can cut before I have to sharpen the saw over here. But I'm gonna start ripping these things off, doing some straight edges, and get back to framing this thing. Looking pretty cool. I'm offsetting the porch ones from this porch, that way I can put some nails in them. So far I've just been putting a screw in every one to hold them up, and then I'm gonna come back with a nail with 4-inch nails and nail all these things. But I'm just trying to get it framed up first. Nice fire. See what kind of pretty grain we got in here. I just cut a big old 2-inch slab. And it's gonna be heavy. I gotta get this over here so I can cut a straight edge on it. I guess I'm dragging it over this way. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, we got some grain in there. Look at that. Just need a blower. That is pretty. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's pretty right there. And this part is just dark grain here. I think in the next cut it should be wider. All right, I'm gonna cut a straight edge on this one. Oh, I'll show you that one too. I'm gonna cut a straight edge on that one and start hanging these things today, I guess. I am trying to get this foundation framed up, man. Feels like, I mean, really I've done a lot of work and got a lot accomplished for one man, but I'm trying to light a fire under my butt and get this thing framed up because I'm ready to move on. Feels, even though I've done this in a great amount of time, I feel like it's taking forever. But that's how it is when you're cutting your own lumber. And here's the bottom of the slice that we just cut off. Not bad. That is a heavy duty, nice board. Got us a straight edge cut on the first one. Cut us a big old wide second one. Look at that grain starting to come out now. The deeper you get, the prettier it gets. So I gotta chalk me a line on big boy here. And they're getting wider too. The next one should, no, like the second one after this one should be the widest. But I'm gonna cut me a straight edge on this bad boy. This saw was actually cutting through it okay, but I think I should go ahead and maybe do some brunt and give the saw just a little quick sharpen. I don't want to dig in too much, but just kind of freshen up the edges. It seems pretty sharp, but now they're getting wider. I think I should put an edge on it just to freshen it up a little and make it cut better. So, dang right. We got the saw quick clean up with the air compressor. Quick little sharpen on the teeth. So we're ready to mill us another beam. We got the other two that were right here actually hung. How about that? Looking beautiful. We got a little bit further to go. I actually dug me a couple holes, added me a couple supports in here. We're getting about halfway in the middle of these beams, and these floor joists are getting very heavy, so I don't want it to just snap in the middle. So I added a couple supports here right beside this floor joist, so that'll add some support. That's another thing I'm gonna have to do once I get this framed up. I'm gonna have to come through here and add blocks in a lot of these, and probably add some other supports like I did these. I don't know, maybe every other one or every, you know, 3 or something. We're gonna need a lot of support in the middle because these are super long. But once I start adding blocks in between these, it'll kind of connect them all together and make it one solid foundation when they're all together. And then we'll add some supports in the middle, and this thing will be really, really strong. And we'll probably add one in the middle of this big one here. The porch, I don't really know. Yeah, I'll probably add a support. Sorry, my nose is running. Probably add a support right there. Maybe 2, maybe on 2 boards in here. Also add blocks in here to attach them all together. And so I still got a lot of digging. It's gonna be a lot of work cutting and adding all these blocks, but it won't be too bad. It won't take too long. Probably a good day of work though. And yeah, that's what's up. So I'm gonna crank this bad boy up, doing another cut and another straight edge, and then maybe another cut. Maybe I'll go ahead and cut 2 of them, get 2 straight edges, and then hang them and keep going. Maybe I don't know if this log is gonna finish it or not, but it's gonna be real close. Look at that big old wide fat boy. Goodness, that thing is huge. And this one's gonna be even freaking bigger. Look at that pretty grain in there. Tell me that wouldn't be some nice woodwork there. Wow. Well, looks like that one's ruined. Here's a good 2x I can use for something. This one, it just curves so bad that I'm not gonna be able to use it. And it cracked at the end. Got a crack here in the middle. Kind of cracked apart at the end. So I might be able to use it as a shorter piece for the other part of the other porch. But I'm not gonna be able to use this as a 16 footer. It is way too bent. That's one tough thing when you're framing with fresh wood like this and it hasn't dried and cured. Sometimes they have a mind of their own. So let's hope this one's a little better. Hopefully it works out and doesn't crack like this one just did. And the reason I cut so much off of it is because I was measuring how wide this is. and then I was measuring how wide that is. So I was trying to cut it to match the width of these. So that's kind of why I cut so much off, so that end would match the width of that, and then this end match that side. But yeah, that one just bent way too much. And if I did another straight, I could possibly do another straight edge on it. Maybe I should try that. You can see how this end is but now that it's bent and did its thing, maybe I should chalk it one more time, corner to corner. Yeah, that could possibly work. See, that's how much that board bent. Like, actually bent up a couple of inches in the middle there. If I did use this board, I guess I could use it, but I would definitely have to support it in the middle for sure. Because you're getting down to like, what is that? Right here. Well, I mean, it's 8 inches. That's not bad, really. 2x8's are pretty dang strong. So, a little more than 8 there. I don't know. Maybe we'll go for it. I hate to waste one. And I might just have to just add a post right in the middle of it. And then once I put my blocks in, it'll just be kind of attached to this one and the other one on the side of it. I think we're going for it. Well, I kind of cut the edge off again. It's still got this curve to it, and I didn't even, just with the crack and everything, I didn't even cut it nice. Now I'm a little discouraged about the poplar. I think I'm gonna move on to something else. I have this other pine over here, and then I'm just seeing, you know, like some oaks. I think I might frame up the rest of this part of the heavy duty shop part. I think I'm about to use an oak tree for that, because I'm kind of running out of pines that I could use. The poplar, I'm just not liking that for the floor joist. I'm not liking that at all. So I have 2 of them in there, and I think that's about to be the only 2 poplars in this foundation. I had to cut down that dead tree anyway because it was a danger to the shop. So not that big of a loss, just a little bit of time, because I'm really trying to get this thing freaking framed up, man. And but I think I'm gonna find me kind of a medium-sized oak to use. And I also have this pine here. That is some pretty nice size. That would be some pretty nice size boards. That's a medium size pine. I could definitely get at least a few 16-footers out of it. And then I still have this pine over here that I'm thinking about milling some boards out of this for the porch part over here. So yeah, I guess I can go ahead and cut the face off of this one, see what I get out of it. Those are good size for the porch, I think. And I guess I'm gonna cut down this pine and cut the face off and see what I get out of it. Man. And And here's a shop not too far away. I'm eyeballing this oak right here, this white oak. Right there. That's not a bad size oak. I know those will be some very solid boards. It's kind of a medium-sized oak, and that would be some real sturdy 16-footers here. So I'm thinking maybe I should go with this one, and the top isn't near as much work to clean up as that pine is. So I'm thinking about maybe just going with this one for now. It's pretty, seems pretty straight. So yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing the oak, and then maybe one more oak, and then I can just cut down that pine, and then use the pine I have on the ground and mill those to finish the porch part. I think I'm just gonna use the poplar for something else. A little discouraging and kind of setting me back, but I just gotta take my time and focus, figure out what I'm doing here, frame this thing up. Dug me another post hole here, so I can put this post up in the middle of this beam here, so we'll have some support in the middle. Then over here by these poplar boards, I went ahead and put one in here. That way when I put my blocks in here, my cross members, they'll be kind of close to that, to kind of add some structure to these two. This sure is looking cool. Ain't getting as far as I want to fast enough, but it's looking pretty cool. It's crazy windy again. A little chilly. So it's like I'm sitting here digging these post holes, sweating in my coveralls. Then I take my coveralls off and it's too cold. But I guess I'm just kind of done milling this poplar for now, and I gotta find me a couple other trees, or not really find them. I think I found them, but I'm gonna have to cut them down, and I'm not doing it today. It's just really breezy and windy, so figure I could just at least end the day with adding a few supports under here. And just thinking about all where I need to add them. I see quite a few spots I need some extra support. Definitely right there. I'm gonna have to put a support in the middle there on that beam going across, because that's a lot of weight for that one beam right there with all these floor joists attached to it. So I definitely need one right there. We're putting one right here. So I'm thinking I probably just need to like come out in the middle here and add one there. And I was thinking maybe just like one in the middle here would add some support right there in the floor, right there in the floor. And then when we frame this up, we'll add another one in the middle there. So those like 4 should add a lot of support. Have one there, one here. So I'm thinking I might actually add another one like right here on the side, there in the middle under that beam. So that'll be a lot of support there for the shop floor. And I'm gonna need one over in the middle there to support that outside. Another one there to support that in between them poles. And everything else I think is pretty nice and sturdy. Oh yeah. Chilling by a nice warm fire. Sitting here watching some sea boys. I know this ain't the best video ever, but I guess a video's a video. And hey, I need nails and freaking screws. I try not to ask for anything, but I have my Amazon wish list in the description. If anybody wants to hook a brother up with some freaking screws and nails, I think they're at the top of the list. And tomorrow I'm planning on cutting down some new trees, start milling some new trees for some better boards. The poplar ain't working out. It just ain't gonna work. So yeah, hopefully I wake up early in the morning with a lot of motivation, cut down some trees, and get back to framing this thing. I really want to finish this foundation like in the next week. I really want to finish this thing so I can move on, because it's gonna be awesome. Stay warm, y'all. And oh, I've had people asking about me getting a new P.O. box. Like, the P.O. box I have is fine. Everything's fine with the P.O. box. Ain't nothing gonna happen to anything that people send there. Everything's good. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed my short little video. More just kind of talking and, you know, just kind of cut down a tree, and I was risking using poplar when I shouldn't have, but I had to cut down the dang tree anyway, so I figured I'd try to use it. And I'm gonna have to use it for something else. Maybe I could use them logs with the flat side on them for something. I don't know. Or I can just keep milling some 2x out of it and use it for my platform, to my temporary platform to put ladders on and work off of and stuff. But anyway, back to the fire, y'all. Have a good and nice and warm. I was actually looking at the weather. I was calling for snow, but it hasn't come, so hopefully it doesn't. And I'm seeing stars. It ain't cloudy or anything, so the sky's clear. So I'm thinking we ain't getting no snow.